Hello everyone, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing you another book video, and I'm so excited. I've actually been super excited to make like book content recently. So today we're gonna do a little bit of like a mesh. We're gonna do a February wrap up, and we're also going to do a recent collective book haul because honestly I read 2 books in February, and to be fair, I had a lot of schoolwork due in February. A lot of things come up with school in February, so I didn't get much reading time as I would have liked to. So I read only 2 books, but I bought a lot of other books. So I'm gonna show you guys those as well. All right, so first, let's start with the first book I read in the month of February. And that was The Perfect Marriage. So this book was very interesting, I will say. It was very easy to read. I imagine the main character actually, like the main guy character as Henry Cavill, honestly really helped. Really helped. Anyway, so basically this book, The Perfect Marriage, is about Sarah and Adam. They, live this like essentially perfect life, and then you find out that Adam is actually having an affair, and Sarah ends up being a defense attorney. Next thing you know, Adam's mistress is found dead, and guess who they think killed her? Adam. Sarah finds herself defending her husband in his trial to see if he is guilty or innocent. A lot of twists and turns, a lot of things come out in this book, and to be quite honest, a little disappointing for me, the way that it like ended. I'm obviously not going to spoil anything because I don't want to. You should. I think you should read it. I gave it like 3 out of 5 stars. If you're someone who really likes drama and like really loves like a twisty mystery, this is definitely one. There was multiple times in the book where I like literally was like, wait, what? Or like, what's happening, because of like all the twists and turns. And of course, when I first started reading the book, I told Michael, who's my husband, about the book and like what it was about. He literally like guessed what happened. He was like, oh, I bet you it's this. And I was like, there's no way. Like, no, it's definitely not that. This man was right, literally. And I read the last chapter and I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So yeah, it was very interesting. The ending did disappoint me just a little bit because, not that I like wasn't expecting it, because there came a point where I really did. I was like, oh God, this is what happened. Because I found out that Michael was right. So basically, he found out what happened, and then I was kind of like disappointed. I was like, oh, I thought this book was going to go in another direction. It just kind of like went in the direction that like, is kind of typical. But this book is by Geneva Rose. I think you should pick it up. It's, it's good. Not my favorite, but it's good. But the one thing though I did hear, I heard a lot of great things about this book, so I guess I am a little bit disappointed that I only rated it 3 out of 5 stars, like, I don't know. Something, just like hits different in me as a person. When I rate a book like 4 or 5 stars, And I definitely thought I was gonna get this with this book, but I just didn't. I'm really not selling this book well, but truthfully, it was a good read. And if you like suspenseful, like psychological, twisty mysteries, you should read this. Also, the soft touch cover, love that. Okay, I love when books have like that soft touch cover. I don't know why. This just like feels so good. Feels so good to me. Anyways, that's another reason why. Okay, it's really not a reason to buy the book, but honestly, it's a perk. Okay, and then the last book I read in February was Archer's Voice. And this had been popping up all over my BookTok, Bookstagram, and on YouTube, honestly. Like, everyone kept talking about Archer's Voice and this book. And so I decided to pick it up, see what it was all about. And I didn't actually realize, because a lot of the time, I'm not gonna lie to you, I buy books based on the cover. And I buy books based off of what Bookstagram and TikTok tell me to buy. I don't read the back of the books, I just start reading them. 9 times out of 10, that is what I do. Honestly say that this didn't disappoint after seeing it on BookTok and Bookstagram so much, and I really believed that this was gonna be in like one of my favorite books of all time, but it isn't. Unfortunately. It was good. I think I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. It was very good. I really did enjoy the story. It was very well pieced together, and I actually really loved like almost like the innocence that they had together, and I also really loved their way of communicating. So basically, the book's main characters, Archer and Bree, they're a great couple. Bree moves to Maine. Archer lives in this small town where she moves to, And he's kind of like the town's like, not weird, I don't want to say he's the weirdo, he's not, that is not the right term, or hermit, because he's not a hermit, but he like is the town's like, people don't talk to him, people don't really know him, but he's lived there all his life because he keeps to himself. He's very private about his life, you know. She like runs into him and stuff like that, and she's just like really curious about him. They end up becoming like friends and then, you know, lovers, as one might say. But the thing about this book is Archer can't speak. So he cannot speak at all, and honestly, the way they communicate with each other is so wonderful, and I really love that, like, that aspect into the book, that like they found each other. I really don't know how to explain it, but like in my brain and in my feels, I know how it feels and to explain it, you know what I mean? But yeah, this is a very good book. I did a really horrible job at explaining it, but honestly, like, you should read it. I do think that you should read it if you're like a sucker for like sappy romances. I was almost like crying, but I wasn't like I was in tears. I wasn't in tears. I was almost crying. I was a little sad at the end, but it makes a good turnaround. And honestly, the story is great, and the development of the characters and everything like that is really great. Yeah, you know, and they just like have this shared bond. That's awesome. You know, I'm really bad at this. I'm sorry. That's Archer's voice. I think I set my expectations a little too high, but you know what? That was kind of my own fault. Considering I do everything based off of Bookstagram and BookTok, it is my own fault entirely. But yeah, I really did actually enjoy this book. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. But yeah, it was a really sweet story. You should read it. Let's move on. Oh no. Oh no. As you can see, that's my giant stack of books. I didn't buy all of these within the month of February, I don't think. Now that I think about it, I might have bought them all within the month of February. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to show you because that's what we're here for. Okay? First book up on top here, If He Had Been With Me. This was a book that has, again, been all over my Bookstagram and my BookTok and even on YouTube that people keep talking about. And this is one of those like really like actually sad books I keep hearing. You know, most people like aren't in the mood to be sad, but honestly, I'm in the mood to like be torn apart for some reason. So I got this book. I honestly don't really know what it's about. I can read the back for you. Autumn and Finn used to be inseparable, but then something changed, or they changed. Now they do their best to ignore each other. Autumn has her boyfriend, Jamie, and her close-knit group of friends. Finn has become that boy at school, the one everyone wants to be around. That still doesn't stop the way Autumn feels every time she and Finn cross paths. And then the growing, nagging thought that maybe things could have been different, maybe they should be together. As time passes, Autumn realizes she might not get another chance to make things right before it's too late. Did you enjoy that dramatic reading? I don't know how dramatic that was. I tried to be dramatic and then I got a little self-conscious. Anyways, I'm excited to read this book. I think it's gonna be really good. Like, I have a really good feeling about this book. Like, everybody keeps talking about it and raving about it, so yeah, I'm really excited. So next, we have The Wicked King. I have The Cruel Prince. Back here, I got it for Christmas, and I decided I wanted to buy the rest of the series before I even read the first book. So here we are. I read The Wicked King, and then also, clearly because I bought the rest of the series, The Queen of Nothing. I've heard great things about this trilogy, and these are actually going to be my first fantasy books that I will be reading. I plan on making a video based off of the books, so I don't know when that will be coming. It'll be coming eventually when I get to it, but these are gonna be my first fantasy books ever, so like I'm really excited. I don't know what they're about. Surprise. I never do. So honestly, let's just keep that theme going. I'm gonna not know what any book I ever read is about. That's actually not true. I'm not gonna do that, but it's funny. I'm really excited for this trilogy. I think it's gonna be really good. Like I said, everyone keeps talking, like saying amazing things about it, and yeah, I'm excited for it to be my first like fantasy series. All right, next we have a book that Haley Pham recommends up the wazoo, and that's Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I am really excited. So, okay, let's just first say Haley Pham currently is like one of my favorite YouTubers because she like talks about books, and I just love that, okay? Because I'm super into books right now. I'm super into Haley Pham. And I love her, okay? Her and I don't want to say we have a lot in common because I don't know her that well. I only know her based off of like the book videos that she's been posting. But honestly, so far, I love her and I want to be your best friend. So I bought Better Than Movies based off of her recommendations. If Haley Pham talks about it and she likes it, I buy it. That's just it for me. I don't know. I'm also really excited to read this book, but I did recently obviously get this one. I don't necessarily know exactly what it's about, but I understand like the concept and like what it kind of is about. I don't want to read the whole back of this to you. I don't want it to be that dramatic of a reading, but I know it's like a romantic comedy type book. I think it's also a closed door romance. I don't want to say I don't like that, but I also like, it has to be done really well because honestly, the spice sometimes is what really draws me in. I'm a spicy girl. This next book has been like, was all over Book Talk and Instagram and things like that for a long time a while ago, and it's the Honeymooners. I like am just getting around to it, and it's by Christina Lauren. Christina Lauren I know is really popular. I know Christina Lauren is actually 2 authors, not like, that's not just her name. I know what it's about, but I also don't know what it's about. Like I know the gist of it, like that they go on like a vacation together. 2 sworn enemies on the Hawaiian trip of a lifetime. Anything can happen, maybe even love in this romantic comedy. Yes. See, okay, so I did know it was an enemies to lovers, which honestly is one of my favorite tropes. I love that. I also love the grumpy sunshine tropes. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. Everyone really raved about this book. My sister read this book. She said that she really liked it, so I decided to pick it up because honestly, it's been on my list for a really long time and I just hadn't gotten around to it. And honestly, it's gonna be like the perfect like summertime read because here in North Carolina, like the past like 2 weeks have been like 70 to 80 degrees and girly, I'm ready for summer. So I think perfect beach read, perfect sitting by the pool reading book. We have a Taylor Jenkins Reid book, which is Daisy Jones and the Six. This has also been popping up recently all over my TikTok and my Book Talk because the series just came out, or the show just came out. By the time that you're watching this video, the show will have already come out on Amazon Prime. But I wanted to read this before I watched any of it. So by the time that I finish reading this, I bet you all the episodes will be up there so I can watch all of them all at once and binge it. I really hope that I like this book. I'm really excited. Hopefully I really enjoy this. Everyone talks about it. Everybody raves about it. I'm praying. Next up we have We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I don't know what this is about at all. It's come up on my Book Talk and my Instagram a few times and I saw it at Target and it was honestly $5 and I said, $5? I'm buying this book. This is what the back says. If anyone asks you how it ends, just lie. We are Sinclairs. We live, at least in the summertime, on a private island off the coast of Massachusetts. Perhaps that is all you need to know. Except that some of us are liars. Yeah, so this is definitely like, I think this is like a thriller mystery. Oh, and there was a prequel? I didn't even say that. Maybe I'll have to get the prequel if I like this book. Honestly though, was I supposed to read the prequel before reading this? But the prequel definitely came out after this book. I think it's fine. We'll see. Hopefully I like it. I'm super into like thrillers and mysteries and stuff like that. I usually like tend to like really like those books. So hopefully this is a winner. And again, keeping on theme with the like thriller mystery books is Watching You by Lisa Jewell. Love Lisa Jewell. She is my queen for when it comes to mystery thriller books. I don't know what this book's about, but I saw Lisa Jewell wrote it, so I bought it. Love her. She's amazing. Yeah, it's a murder mystery book, and let's just hope. Honestly, I'm not even gonna hope because I know I'm gonna love it, so. And lastly, we have Tomorrow, and Tomorrow. I know this book is like highly rated by so many people. Haley Pham recommended this book. Obviously, she recommended it, so I bought it. It's a giant book. I'm actually super excited to read it. I know what it's about, I just can't remember. I know they're like video game developers or something like that. So I'm gonna read you the description. Like I said, I know what the book's about, I just couldn't really recall to you. So it says, 2 friends often in love but never lovers come together as creative partners in the world of video game design, where success brings them fame, joy, tragedy, duplicity, and ultimately a kind of immortality. I'm super excited. I think it's just like the love story is a subplot. I don't think it's like the actual plot, which I also low-key really love in books. I am like a super like romance reader. Even if there's like the slightest bit of romance or like just a subplot, honestly, that's great. That is my recent book haul for you guys. I can't wait to get reading these books. I am probably gonna buy more books before I even get through these ones. I mean, are we surprised? No. And yeah, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this book video. I enjoyed making it. I love talking about books. I could talk about books for hours. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and keeping up to date on all the book videos that I'm making, because like I said, I have a few book videos that I'm going to be making very soon, so keep an eye out for those. And like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.